Alright, folks, what is up? We're back in the game here, back in the action. Oh, I need to tilt my cam up just a little bit here. There you go. Gonna be rocking and rolling here. So while this is loading, I'm gonna get my drink set up. Nice. Aerobic 12s. Let's do the culture ride. We're gonna do a culture ride, everyone. Yay! So today we're rolling with Noon Sport Orange. Finally got my 2 tubes of Noon out here. Alright, everything looking good here? Yeah, everything is looking great here. Let me close that tab just for kicks and giggles. Alright, we're gonna get everything on the bike now. Alright, let's get after it. Oh, my keister. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm feeling that right now. Hold up, I gotta adjust my fan. It's not right. This thing only just wanting to run at 24 frames a second. Man, this cycling program do not care about graphics. Like, man, I can't even get 30 frames. That's pretty funny. Yeah, my fan's still not right. It's getting to the point where this fan is going to be a lot more important. I need to open the door too. Gotta get my summer set up. There you go. That's gonna pull. Yeah, there you go. That's better. Now we're pulling some cooler air in. Yeah, problem is we're going through our first somewhat warm period. Somewhat warm. So it's upper 80s this week. And I gotta get a system ready for when it really starts getting warm. So what I got is I got a bigger shop vac on this side of me, and I've just creaked open the garage enough to where the air is going to shoot out of the garage, and then it's going to pull from the door that's over there. So that's feeling much cooler already, which is exactly what I need. Alright, let's get after this. We got a full hour here. We got a full hour here on the bike. This is 3 12s, aerobic 12. So we got 3 rounds of 12 minutes at zone 3. So like I said, my whole goal of doing this is trying to get some more bike strength. Maybe. More like just staying in shape. I should be doing much more. Not gonna lie. But for what I can do. So there's a chance I might do a race next weekend. It'll be up in Castaic Lake. It's about an hour north. And I might do the Olympic distance. That'll be a challenge with my current level of fitness. But it would be a good opportunity for me to hit that Olympic distance again. Because I actually really like the Olympic distance. I like that distance. And to boot, the price of the Olympic distance is the same price as the sprint distance. So, yeah. Alright. You got 30 seconds. Got about 4 rounds of this. Getting the legs primed and ready. It is amazing how much nicer that feels. We're drawing all the stale air out of here. Bringing in some nice cool air. That's one big thing about riding indoors. Got to make sure you got airflow on you. If you don't, it's a miserable experience. Unless you're trying to replicate really rough conditions. Down. Here we go. Back up to 200. All right, back up. One more round after this. All right, back down. Ease off the pedals just a little bit. So for those of you that are wondering, the trainer is controlling the resistance that I am doing. Before I had to shift gears all the time and vary the cadence. Now all I got to do is vary the cadence. And the trainer does most of the heavy lifting in terms of adjustments. Okay, back up for 30 seconds. And rest. Alright. 2-minute rest. Then we got about another 2 minutes at zone 4. Got 2 minutes here at zone 1. Back down to 100 watts. We're back up to zone 4 for 4 minutes. Or for 2 minutes. Yeah, that may be about 3 minutes. And we're getting into our main set. So some of you may be wondering, well, Pharaoh, you live in Southern California. Why do you always ride indoors? I ride indoors because I can't ride at 5 in the morning. I could theoretically right now because it's 5:30 and it's decently light outside. I don't want to. I simply do not want to do it. Because, number one, too many stop signs in my town, and I don't want to blow through stop signs at 5 in the morning. That's number one. Number two, I don't know how to train. I don't know how to train like that. I really don't. So, I would very much so prefer to be indoors in a controlled environment, in a very safe environment, and be able to get a good workout in that is structured. It hits what I need to hit. And I have full access to everything that I need, just in case I have to go potty. All right, here we go. Back up to 200. For 3 minutes. Yeah, I was right. See, where's my heart rate? 112? Okay. Should probably go up to... Probably go up to about 130 by the time we're done with this. Maybe even 140. Oh, so I have to update. Y'all's on a thing that happened. So I went to Florida last weekend. Spend 2 days with my mom and my sisters. And I got a shipment from G Fuel, which, full disclosure, I am an affiliate of Noon. Great hydration for being active and every day, but I do like the energy side of G Fuel. It's good. They have lots of good flavors. It's pretty clean. I've looked at the ingredients. As clean as you're gonna get. And, yeah, anyway. So, I love you, Noon, but I have to say good things about good customer service whenever I get it. So, I got a shipment from G Fuel. Yeah, there's one thing. It's not right. And what happened was, my son, that night, so I got it on Friday night, my son woke up in the middle of the night, went potty, and then ran out
grabbed my G Fuel tubs and started becoming a mad scientist. Started mixing and matching everything. I have no idea what it was, what he did. But one of my tubs was completely empty, when the other tub had a very much so mystery powder in it. I have no idea what it is. So I messaged G Fuel. I said, hey, look, does your warranty cover 4-year-olds that tear into your shipment while you're out off on a business trip? And they go, oh no, yeah, we'll hook you up. Don't worry about it. So they've sent me out they've resent my order, which is very kind of them. So I had to give props to G Fuel for helping out a poor dad. All right, there you go. Back down for a minute. So, some of you may be wondering what it was that I was eating right at the beginning. It's Cliff Blocks. So, I'm trying out fueling right at the beginning of workout. Because theoretically, your body has about 45 minutes worth of glycogen stores in your muscles. In other words, your body needs 3 things to function: calories, water, oxygen. Okay? So in the water, when I was a swimmer, you very, 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 very rarely, like in terms of racing, you very rarely ran out of calories. Very few, like the mile. The mile's the only one where you might worry about running out of calories. Here we go, 171. 12 minutes of goodness. So, the mile is about the only race where you worry about running out of calories. Maybe. But it's because you're running at such a high pace for about 16 minutes. Well, those that are good mile swimmers. You'll be swimming about 15, 16 minutes. So, what happens is, your body runs out of energy, you bonk. So very much more common on cyclists. It's called bonking. So basically, your body runs out of calories. It can't really move anymore. So for me with workouts, I tend to really trail off by the end of the week. And I was reading an article from The Feed, which is the company that I buy most of my nutrition from. The Feed is an outfit over in Colorado. Very good customer service, very good products, very good shipments. Although I hate the fact that they post every single freaking tax I have to pay in the state of California. It annoys me. I hate it. I hate knowing it. I know I have to do it anyway, but it sucks. I hate my state. I love my state, but I hate my state. But anyway, so basically I had an article saying you should fuel every single workout. You should not fuel a workout. You should not fuel a workout. There you go, that's better. Basically the concept is you add calories into your system. That gives you a little bit of calories to burn. Even if you're trying to lose weight, fueling your workouts actually does help. So, for a lot of y'alls, if you're just doing a simple workout, weights, lifting weights, running a mile, something small. All you need is just like a Gatorade drink. Take a couple sips of Gatorade before, a couple sips of Gatorade during the workout. Average Gatorade bottle has about 180 to 250 calories. That's all you need. That's about all you need. So for me, with what I'm doing, I'm using Cliff Blocks, which 3 pieces is about 100 calories. And then I have a higher sodium drink, So that seems to work for me. Also, Clipbox has a little bit of caffeine to give myself a little kick in the pants in the morning. So when I get G Fuel back, I'll start, if I know that this is a more cardio intense workout, I'll definitely pop in a shot of G Fuel. So the way I do a G Fuel shot is I take about a quarter scoop, mix it in a very small amount of water. I have these kitty cups, about yay big. No, they're not shot glasses. They're kitty cups. I'll take about half a thing of water in a kitty cup and about a quarter scoop of G Fuel. Then just blend that up and shoot it down. It does help. It does help. So yeah, so tomorrow I'm gonna be out on the road. I'm gonna be running tomorrow because Fridays are basically the day that Mondays and Fridays are the days I can get a run in. All right, we're about a quarter of the way through our first round of 12s. Good. About 128. It's fine heart rate. I've been talking a lot too. Yeah, definitely getting used to being back on the bike, I'll tell you that much. Whew. So yeah, so tomorrow I got to test out my new glasses. So I got a Rudy Project, Team Zoot Specials, the Kellyan, the Team Zoot Edition Rudy Project Kellyan glasses. They're blast shields. I'm not used to running with blast shields. So we'll see how they work on the run. Definitely after the run, I'm gonna do a review of them. See how they are. All right, over halfway. Oh, man. Trying to give my hands a little bit of a break. This is the nice thing about having the aero pads, the aero bars. Yeah, let's get something a little peppier, eh? A little somber. All right, 3.5 minutes left. It's like, yeah, still seeming to have some issues with my elbows. I think I really need to start working them out. I need to start doing some resistance bands, get some resistance training back into my life. Alright, less than 2 minutes on the first round. Then I only got 2 more rounds of that. This is easy. This is nice and easy. Now, and the thing is, my heart rate's at 130, which is right about where it needs to be. So Saturday I'm going to the House of Mouse again. So my wife decided this year, instead of throwing big birthday parties for the kids, she wanted to do one day at Disneyland with each of the kids for their birthday, which I'm okay with. So basically, she decided to get a pass for herself, and then literally right at the last minute, she's like, you know what? I want to do date nights with you at Disneyland. I want to do it. So I'm buying you a pass too. Like, okay. So my wife every couple weeks sets up a date night at Disneyland for the two of us. All right, we are currently about halfway. Just about when we're done with this, we'll be halfway through the workout. Oh, this song's a banger. What's funny is I've stumbled onto this YouTube channel called Grandpa Gaming. It's this 20-year Army veteran or military veteran. He was in the military for 20 years. He knows his sniping. It's actually really funny. He goes into like Battlefield and he actually understands how to use like the sniping scope and everything. And he just goes and straight up shanks fools from like 1,000 yards away. Just shanks them all. He knows exactly what he's doing, and he's able to just pop people. It's really funny to watch. This is this old guy. He's going, eat it, hoser. It's great. I love it. Alright. Oh, so, I was gonna talk about March Comes In Like a Lion. That's a very interesting anime. It's one of those kind of quasi-slice-of-life animes. It's about this kid whose parents passed away when he was a child, wound up picking up shogi as a way to escape an orphanage. And, so he winds up learning shogi, and he actually turns pro by the time he gets into high school. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't understand shogi. Like, basically, it's chess, but you can, like, add pieces to the board, and certain pieces move just a little bit differently than chess. And oh my gosh, they have these cursed segments where they have these little cats that come out. Alright, here we go. Back to 170s. So we're jumping 50 watts here. So I have these cursed little shorts showing all the little pieces transmogrified into cats. That's based off of this Learn to Shogi book that one of the characters in the anime created. But yeah, it's interesting, and you know, there's this part where the kid has this girl that her family invites him over for dinner all the time because they know he lives alone and they want to help him out, want to give him some place to go that's safe, inviting, and he's got love, that he's cared for, you know, because he's got no parents. So he winds up getting really down because he loses a couple shogi tournaments, loses a couple shogi matches, and apparently in shogi you can only lose so many matches a year when you're ranked, and then you start getting like really demoted and stuff like that. So he's freaking out about that, totally worried about keeping his standing in shogi. And the girl that's his age, she's totally got a crush on this boy on the baseball team. So what happens is they wind up meeting, and they wind up meeting at some, you know, McDonald's knockoff, and the shogi kid sits down with the baseball kid, and he's just like, oh crap, what do I even talk about? I don't know how to talk baseball. I have no idea what baseball is. I don't know anything about the game. And then the boy goes, wait a minute, you're so-and-so. You're that shogi kid that went pro. And he goes, yeah? He goes, dude, I'm honored to meet you. Shogi kid goes, wait, what? You're honored to meet me? You're this big sports star. And the kid goes, no, you don't understand. My dad showed you in a picture of a shogi magazine, and he said, hey, this kid knows what it takes to go pro. You want to go pro? You talk to this kid. He knows about practice and dedication. He knows about dedication. He knows about training. He knows about learning his sport. Way better than you do, kid. So you need to talk to this kid and learn how to go pro. And the kid's like, holy crap, this guy's amazing. So it's kind of one of those funny things where the jock goes to the nerd, and the jock is totally enamored with the nerd. And, you know, kind of reminds me of a short I saw about Shaq, where Shaq was talking about in high school. He's like, look, I wasn't going to graduate high school. And then one day I saw this nerd was getting picked on. And I said, you know what? Leave this kid alone. So I went, got the other guys to move away that picked on him. And then that kid wound up tutoring me. He wound up teaching me algebra and all sorts of things that I wasn't understanding during class. And if it wasn't for that kid, if it wasn't for the nerd, as you all say, I wouldn't have graduated high school. I owe that kid everything. So, you know, there's a lot of us that are thinking we're not special, we're not miraculous. I'm just that smart kid. I'm just the kid that has a weird talent, you know? Like for me, for instance, my background was in swimming. I was mercilessly picked on back in middle school. End of grade school, beginning of middle school, all throughout middle school. Oh, Farrell wear Speedos. He's gay. Trust me, I got called things that would get kids expelled nowadays under this current DEI culture. But I stuck with it. Didn't listen to those idiots. I remember my parents always told me, hey, you know what? They'll be working for you someday. That didn't happen. But I know that because of swimming, I was an All-American, one of the few dozen from my school that has ever made that honors. I was 64th in both 100 backstroke and 200 freestyle. No idea how that happened. But, then I wound up swimming for a Division I school and paid for over half my university, to where my wife and I came out of school only $8,000 of student debt. Paid it off within 5 years. So you know what? It worked out for me. But you have to find a way to make it work. I will say one nice thing though about swimming. It's turned into a very nice side income. I make a good amount of money doing swim lessons. Very nice. What the? I lost connection there for a sec. All right, we're about halfway through this second set. Good slow burn. So, you know, I was kind of thinking about it yesterday, and I was kind of giggling, because I figure if our country, if the United States, continues to run itself into the ground, and the Chinese do wind up taking over, I think I got an in. I think I'll have an in. I think I'll be spared the gulags. Because they'll realize, oh, Coach John, best coach. He good swim coach. He teach swimming. Hey, love. All right, have a good day at work. Right. Yeah, it's easy. Okay. All right, thanks, love. Bye. Oh, don't shut the door. All right, we got about less than 5 minutes left on this interval. And we got one more round. Whew. Oh, my keister. My keister's gonna be loving me today. What's funny is my older daughter hasn't been riding her bike very often at all. And I asked her, why don't you ride your bike? She goes, it's the seat. I hate the seat. I was like, well, why do you hate the seat? She's like, well, it's either I'm slipping off or my front end really, really hurts. I was like, well, you gotta sit back in the seat, number one. You don't sit in the front. Number two, you just gotta ride it. And you gotta get used to riding it. I was like, trust me, my seat is way more. Ah, crap. Don't click the link from Riser. That's a spam. All right, we'll get done with this and then I'll delete it. Got about 3 more minutes here. By the way, about that, don't ever buy viewers. It's not worth it. No reason to inflate your viewer count. All right, coming up on 2 minutes left here. Tell you what, these little towels I have are still holding up really well. These are towels I actually got from my first race. Way back in 2019. They're still going strong. Very good sweat towels. Nice and light. Absorb the sweat. Quasi cooling effect. It's good. They work good. All right, 1.5. All right. After this, I got one more 12-minute round. Maintaining steady at 130. Doing good. We're at about 398 calories. 400 calories, good. Hit my about 500 calorie. Yep, 400 calories right there. I'll hit my 500. So like I said last time, if you do a workout burning about 500 calories, that's optimal for weight loss. Jumpstarts your metabolism in the morning, helps you burn calories during the day. I just now gotta stop eating too much crap during the day. All right, less than 30 seconds on here. $15, 10, 5, and done. All right, we're gonna ban that guy. Okay, about 15 minutes left here. I got 17 minutes actually. I'm trying to get back down to 200. I'm 205. I really want to get down to 195, but that's a little rough. I basically would have to do 2 workouts a day to get back down to 195, and I don't have that time. Basically, I'd have to work out at night. I don't want to work out at night. But I'm going to be doing a fair amount of physical labor over the next while. Because my wife and I are going to really start getting serious about doing home and yard improvement projects. So starting on Saturday, going to be working on sprinklers. Going to start working on capping off sprinklers, getting everything set up for... Going to be getting everything set up to start re-landscaping, widening our driveway, adding a walkway. So basically, all right, final round of 12 minutes here. We're already at 12.8 miles. Final round of 12 minutes here. So 3 rounds of 12 minutes at, what was that? 170? About 170. Heart rate's been consistent about 130. That's great. That is a very, very solid aerobic area. That's kind of mid-range aerobic. So if I'm really at a very, very aerobic, I'd be more in the 120s, lower 120s, rather than at 130. So I'm about where I need to be in terms of effort. So this is the way that you can really gauge how you're doing physically. So where if you're doing an effort that's supposed to be aerobic and you're up in the 140s, 150s, it's too hard. That is too hard of an effort. You need to back down the intensity. What's interesting though is that my cycling heart rate zones and my running heart rate zones are very different. Running, I need to be low 150 for my zone 2 heart rate. I also know that my heart is actually in really good shape. Burn fat, not fuel. Happy climbing. So that's a zone 2. That's a thing in zone 2. Remember I was talking earlier about burning calories? Well, there's a special area called zone 2. Zone 2 and low zone 2 are what are called fat burning zones. So you can go a long time in zone 2 if you're right at a natural zone 2. You can go a very long time, because what happens is instead of burning your carbohydrate reserves, you wind up burning your fat reserves, which That's really, really good. Like if you see shows like The Greatest Loser, so you see them on the treadmills, you see them doing two specific workouts on treadmills, ellipticals, rowing machines, bikes, all that kind of stuff. They're either going what looks like pretty easy, or they're doing high intensities. So there's two separate reasons for that. Lower intensities are zone 2s. So all they're doing is burning fat. So they just keep hydrated and they just keep going. They just keep moving. Okay? But the thing is, you have to get your heart rate between like about 105 and 120. That's your fat burning zone, somewhere around there. So if your heart rate is that consistently, you're basically in that burning zone. So you don't actually burn carbohydrates, you burn fat. Fat is a much longer lasting fuel source. So you wind up being able to go longer at that intensity. Now, HIIT, high interval training, that is where you go short bursts and then back down. Short burst, then rest, short burst, then rest. So what that does is that stimulates all of your white muscle or white twitch fibers, and it stimulates your body to get it accustomed to moving fast at very short intervals. So this does two things. Number one, it boosts your metabolic rate to a very, very high amount, because that is what happens when you bring your heart rate up, but yet it doesn't put an insane amount of tax on your body overall. Like you'll be gasping for air, yes, but overall on your body, it doesn't damage you. It doesn't like, what's the term I'm looking for? It doesn't load your body near as much as a longer, higher intensity workout. So it's lower impact overall, but it's higher intensity for shorter durations. So that's what you see the people on The Biggest Loser. I don't even know if that show's around anymore. I don't think that show could be around. There's all these fat positivity people. You people are annoying. You annoy me. It's like, look, there's a difference between being okay with who you are and promoting morbid obesity as a good thing. It's like, I'm sorry, no. Your fat is spilling into the airplane seat next to you. That's not good. You are seriously Pizza the Hut at this point. All right, halfway through the final interval. Oh, I need to get rid of this. Gotta go fast. It's like, I'm serious, man. I freaking hope Trump wins the White House and he just starts wrecking house in the executive branch. What's gonna be hilarious is if he starts axing a bunch of the federal acronymed agencies and everyone goes, oh, how dare, he's a tyrant. That's his branch. He's allowed to do that. He's allowed to do that in his own branch. He's completely allowed to nix all of these acronymed agencies brought about by terrible presidents of the past, like Woodrow Wilson, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, Teddy Roosevelt. Terrible presidents. Terrible for the nation. Like, it was funny. Went to the Hall of Presidents down at Disneyland in Florida. My older sister, really wanted to go to it. And I was like, yeah, sure, let's go. I'm down. I like seeing the Hall of Presidents. So what was funny is he had an animatronic Joe Biden up there. He was more animated than the real thing. That was funny. I turned to my sister and I go, dude, that's more animated than the real guy. Oh, man. Tell you what, buckle up, kids. This summer's going to be real interesting. The rest of June's going to be interesting. Because we got all the gay pride, the LGBTQ pride garbage going on. And then we got all of the pro-Hamas protesters, which, if you don't know anything about pro-Hamas, they don't like them, the gays. They don't like the trans. They don't like any of that. They chuck them off of rooftops. Saw a very funny post by Babylon B saying that Hamas are throwing pride parties. Yeah, they're pride parties located on top of very large buildings. See, it's like I always say, hey, look, pride guys, you want to raise awareness? Hey, we're all aware you exist. Trust me. Why don't you go over to the Middle East? Go over to United Arab Emirates. Go to Egypt. Go to Iran. Go to these places. You love them so much. Why don't you go and spread pride over there? Do it. I dare you. The Trump administration next June, they should openly state, hey, we want you to spread pride elsewhere. We will buy you tickets to the Middle East. Go spread pride over there. We'll pay for you to go over there. Just do it. Okay, that's a little mean. But it's like, hey, if you're stupid enough to do it, I got nothing to say to you. And then they go, what? People in the Middle East hate the gays. Oh my gosh, how dare they? Yeah, duh. That's what we were saying all last year when you were all queers for Palestine. You do realize that's a bad idea. You don't want to get into bed with people who are literally willing to murder you for religious ideologies. But yeah, I think we're in a period of reawakening, I think. But there was a guy who was talking about it, just some average dude in a truck, Texan. He's like, look, I went all the way to California. I went all the way back. I didn't see any signs for Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, which, to be fair, Joe Biden hasn't officially announced who his running mate is. He hasn't been officially set up as the Democrat nominee yet, which, oh boy, that's going to be a zoo. All right, I've got 15 seconds. So, he's like, I see no one with enthusiasm for them. No one. So the question is, what's going on? I'm nervous. All right, there we go. 3 minutes here. About a minute warm down. So it's like, what do they know that we don't know? What do they know? I honestly don't think they're going to run Joe Biden as the nominee. I don't think they will. I don't think they can. I really don't think they can. It'll be interesting to see how that debate goes. It'll be real interesting. It'll be very interesting. Because, I mean, listen to Shapiro talk about the Time interview. So they had this big old interview with Joe Biden in Time magazine. It's nonsense. It is babbling. It is all over the board. Like, it is wild. Just the transcript is just like, come on, man. Release the tapes. You know you got tape. Show us how cognitively aware our president is. Just do it. Do it, I tell you, do it. What scares me even more is that there's a huge amount of people that don't even care to realize and don't even, either A, don't even realize, or B, don't even care that the guy that they want to run the country is not with us anymore. He is sincerely not there. And people don't seem to care. That's scary. That is straight up scary. Because what's hilarious is for years, we heard Donald Trump is senile. He's not with it. But it seems like everything, like literally everything they accuse the GOP / Republicans / conservatives / ultra right-wing MAGA guys, everything they accuse them of, they're all doing. They are all doing it. So they accuse President Trump of being absolutely senile. Oh, he's too fat. He's unfit to be president. Okay? We got a Roomba for a president. He just walks around and bonks into things and stutters. Oh, he's got a stuttering issue. No, he can't speak English anymore because he's too old. The guy had a stuttering problem. Well, you may have, but that's not your current problem, President. It's so pathetic. I just look at it and I'm just like, this is so stupid. How do they convince people that this guy knows what he's doing? I don't get it. All right. And loosen down. 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes and we're done. Trying to finish out my noon here. All right. Slowly loosening down here. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. There we go. Good. Good, and good. Wow, nearly 580 calories. That's good. All right, so that wound up being about 17 miles. I was averaging about 16 miles an hour, which that's about right. I mean, I also had hills factored in on this one. So that's not bad. That's not bad. So 5 seconds, 2:08. That's about right. 2:03. So 178 and 166 for 20 minutes. Okay, that's good. Yeah, because that 166 that factors in the 12 minutes plus the 3 minutes of the recovery at zone 2. So that's what that's doing. So we're gonna end that ride and upload. There you go. There you go. That's the upload. All right, level 13. All right. Team Zykel. There are so many of these. Oh, we'll go Ventum. We'll go Aventum. Yeah, that's because I'm riding a Ventum. There you go. Yeah, I tell you what, man, I was, oh, wow, that stack drops so hard. I love it. It says, what's lost in outright speed is made up. So arrow is like absolutely the same on both of those. That's really funny. Yeah, I was looking at the new Cologno TT bike. It's literally $20,000. I'm just like, holy freaking crap. Hold on, I gotta go back to my Ventum. Yeah, I got it. I gotta get a lot more coins in order to get that. Alright. Alright. Hold on, let me get my shoes off. All right. All right, folks. That is going to be it for me. So thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Yeah, we'll be back tonight. We'll be back tonight. Here, let me get that wind out of there. We'll be back tonight with more Final Fantasy XIV. Going to be continuing to level up Machinist. And, yep, having a good time. Oh, yeah, look at my arm. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Until later, my friends. Good night, Isaiah Norris. Wherever you are, I'm out of here. Goodbye, everyone.